Hello, sorry for the pretty foggy, but anyways, welcome to another edition of Vapes with Rotary. It's been a while since the last time I made an English review, but today I'm reviewing the new mechanical mod from diablomods.net. A Finnish modder here. You may have heard of him or the company from its hybrids, the Diablo hybrid and the Diablo 1. Pretty amazing pieces of kits, both of them. But today we are talking about the Reaver, the mechanical mod, which is new to the market. I was lucky enough to get the first prototype out of the mill when they were made, and now I have the final version of it, which you will get as well if you go to their web shop and buy it, or use your local vendor wherever you are. I believe these are going to be available outside Diablomods' own store at some point. I'm not sure when, but I think they are going to be available around the world. Anyways, what you're going to get is a mechanical mod, fully adjustable mechanical mod. You can use whatever batteries you have. I have e-fest, Sony, AW, IMR, Samsung, Panasonic, they all work. And you're gonna get this one. This is the 18650 tube with the expromiser on top of it, which is leaking at the moment, by the way. I hate it. And then you're gonna get the 18490 tube and 18350 tube. You have some options. You can get it in brass as well. Here is the brass 18490 or 18500, whatever you want to call it, tube. And you are able to customize the mod when you purchase it. You are going to be able to buy it in full brass, which means you have the brass tube, brass top cap and brass switch, or you can buy it full stainless, which means you have stainless steel tubes, stainless steel top cap and stainless steel switch. Also, you are able to mix and match the tube and the caps slash switch, which means you can buy stainless steel tubes with what is it? A brass top cap and brass switch, or you can have brass tubes with stainless top cap and stainless switch. So you have lots of options there to choose from. You can also customize the switch as you like. You can have a flat surface engraving on it, and it will cost you 15 euros extra on top of the price of the mod, which is 100 euros sharp. I'm not sure what it makes at the current rates in US dollars, but I guess a rough guess is that it's around 140 bucks or so. I'm not sure, don't take it for granted. Then you also have an option to get this one polished up, whatever the combination is. It's gonna set you back additional 30 euros. So there's lots of options to choose from, so you really can customize this one. I've had it for how long have I had this? 4 days now, and I had the prototype for months and months. I'd say 3-4 months at least. I have the prototype in my hands, and it's so simple. It's just so simple and effective that I just love it. I just love it. It's a great mod. It's a great mod. It's powerful mod. It hits like a train. It's very nice. We're gonna go down to the table and see all this in detail. We're gonna disassemble the switch. We're gonna disassemble the top cap. We're gonna be talking about adjusting this to your atomizer. We're gonna be talking about a hell of a lot of things. But let's go down to the table and see what's inside the Diablo Reaver. Okay, So this is what you're gonna get when you buy the Diablo Reaver. This is the 18650 tube in my hands right now. Here is the top cap. You can probably see, sorry for the lightning, the light reflects from the top cap. You can see some stuff going on over there. It's because I've screwed down my atomizer to the top cap, and because of its brass, it's softer than the stainless steel found in, for example, on the X-Promiser. So it's gonna leave you some marks on the top cap. You can see over here is the Diablo Mod's logo engraved on the top cap, and it has some functions as well. If you have an atomizer that takes the air from the 510 connection or from the bottom of the atomizer, the grooves or the engravings enable your air to circulate on the top cap. So the grooves go all the way from the center of the top cap to the outside of the top cap. And over here we have the switch itself. I have a prototype engraving on mine. It's the 5499, which is the, oh sorry for the focus, I don't know where it went. Let's try to find it out again. And here we go. I'm not gonna explain what it means, the 5499, but it has something to do with where I live and so on. The engraving is over here. It's not perfect, but it's because of it's a prototype, but it gives you an idea what you're gonna get if you take the engraving option with your mod when you purchase it. Let's start by taking the whole switch assembly apart, and let's see what's inside it. So I'm going to just screw it down. You can hear the threads. They are buttery smooth. They are 20 times 1, so it's the so-called universal threading on this mod. They are absolutely perfect. And here we have the switch itself. Here's the negative pin or the connection pin. It's silver plated brass, so it has the maximum connectivity that is actually possible to get. Here you can see the throw of the switch. It's around 0.4 millimeters in total, and if you have a battery like this is my old AWIMR, you can see the whole battery button has pressed in because of telescopic mods. If you have a situation like this, you may end up having some trouble with your mod because of this. Look at the black delrin and the negative pin when I push the switch to engage the device. Just look how little it comes on top of the delrin insulator. So if your battery is pressed like this one is, you may end up having connection issues with this switch, and it's not adjustable. It's a solid one. You just screw down the button, the switch, and it is what it is. So you have to use good batteries which are not pressed inside like my AWIMR was that you just saw. So let's take this apart and see what's inside it. I have my trustworthy tweezers. They have this nice end over here to open up the switch. So I'm just gonna take my hand and keep the switch itself turning and open up the button. Let's see how tight it is. It's not too tight, and I'm gonna open it just like this. You may want to use wide tools like I have over here, because it is brass. It's not stainless steel. It's not as hard as stainless steel. So if you use wrong tools, you may end up splitting or chipping the whole pin. It's not that soft. It's not thin, but it's brass. It's not rock hard. Just gonna screw this one out. Like so. When I release the pressure, the whole thing comes apart. And what you're gonna find inside is, here's the button, here's the switch itself, here is a spring, a simple spring, not too long, and you have your negative pin which comes out from the other side, like so. It's all silver plated brass. And the insulator, I'm not sure if it's threaded to the body. I don't need to remove it. Here you'll find your locking ring. It's reversed threaded, so turning it left puts it that way, it opens the lock, and the other way it opens up, and you can unscrew the whole thing off the switch body if you so like. I don't see any reason to do it. Sometimes you may have trouble if your locking ring stucks. It's because the locking ring on my mod, it's stainless steel, and the body of the switch is brass, so there's a hard metal and a soft metal, and if you're not careful when locking and unlocking the mod, you may end up stucking the ring on its other end, and then you may have to open up the whole switch to engage it again. But I haven't had that issue, just like 2 times when I was not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm gonna put the pin back inside the body of the switch. Spring on. Again, we're losing the focus, but it's not that big of an issue. Then I'm gonna put the button itself back to the switch body, and I'm gonna flip it around, hand tighten the pin as far as it goes, and then just give it a good solid final tighten with the tool. And here we go. Here is the switch fully assembled. It's not the softest switch that I have seen, but it's pretty good. It has solid feedback. It's very easy and very simple to use, very nice to use. It's not too harsh, it's not too loose, and it definitely will not self-fire on the table if you have the locking mechanism open. It will not self-fire. Even if you have something heavier on top of your device, it doesn't self-fire at all, at any time. Then we have the top. We were talking about the top cap already. We're gonna unscrew it from the main body, the body tube. And here we have the top cap with a silver plated connection. And if I take my trustworthy h-atty, here's the h-atty, and screw it on top of the top cap, you may want to look over here where my finger is. Can you see it? The pin is floating, so now it came down with the h-atty, and now you have this another screw over here which allows you to adjust for your battery size, whatever battery you are using. This enables you to adjust for your battery. So the first thing when you're taking your mod and putting up an atomizer on it, you take the top cap off, you screw on your atomizer, then you make the adjustments from here for your battery rattle. So it's just so simple. Everything I've used has fired, no problems at all whatsoever. Here's a Delrin insulator over here. You can unscrew the whole thing from the top cap body if you want to, but I don't see any reason to do it. Maybe if you're cleaning it or something, it's worth doing, but I don't see any reason to do it. I'm gonna put it back to the top cap body. Hopefully my h-atty isn't leaking. No, it's not. It's keeping up better than expromiser. So to assemble the whole thing, you're gonna take your switch. It doesn't matter which way you go, they are identical on threads, so you can, it doesn't matter which way the tube is, you can always fit your switch or top cap on it, no problems. Then I'm gonna take my Sony VTC 4 30 amp battery. I prefer these batteries because they are high current batteries and last a pretty long time. Then I'm gonna drop it inside my mod, and then I'm gonna take my whole top cap assembly with the h-atty and screw it to the mod. Like so, and we have an issue. We have some battery rattle. That's an issue we need to deal with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the whole top cap and just unscrew this screw that much. See how it goes. And I was lucky. No battery rattle, and the mod will fire instantly. It hits pretty hard. I have an h-atty here with oh, that was my phone. I think this one is around, let's see what's the resistance of this one. Right as we go, so you can see it. Oops, I'm throwing things like a madman. The h-atty reads 0.81 ohms, so just below 1 ohm range. Some of you may be interested of how much the voltage drop is in this tube, and we're gonna see it right now. The battery is at, oh, it's not firing. I have the locking mechanism on. Did this motherfucker die? My meter has died. No, it hasn't. It wasn't making connection with the mod. Here we go. .21, so it's a full battery, and the h-atty was 0.81 ohms. Again, 421. We're gonna screw on the h-atty, give it some load. 386, 4.03, 4.01, 4.0. So think about it. 419. So it's less than 0.2 volts of voltage drop with this mod. It hits like a train, I can tell you, it hits like a train. I have another atomizer over here. This is the expromiser from Expro Vape in Germany. This one reads at pretty close to 1 ohm, 1.90. It fluctuates a little bit. We call it 1 ohm. Gonna put the h-atty away. We are still reading at 419. Gonna take the expromiser Now I know why it fluctuates. It's leaking just a tiny bit. .404, 402, same results, pretty much the same results. Less than 0.20 ohms, 20 volts of voltage drop. Pretty impressive, and it's because of pure materials. The stainless steel is pretty clean, and it has those silver plated connections all around. It's definitely doing a job of, over there to transfer the current from the battery to the atomizer, and I think this is one of the lowest drops that I have ever seen in my vaping times. So what can I say? I'm pretty happy. Now we're gonna put the X-promiser on top of the mod. So I'm gonna take the X-promiser, screw it on the 510 connection. You can see the X-promiser is 22mm and the Reaver is 22mm and the X-promiser is 23mm. So there's a gap over there, but it doesn't matter. Screw on the top cap, and we are ready to go. I can give it a vape. Pretty nice. Let's see the other tubes you're gonna get. If you buy the combination I have, this is what you're gonna get. Then we have the 18650, 18500, 18490 and 18350, and here is the copper one, the brass one. Sorry, I don't know where I get the copper all the time, but here is the brass one. It looks amazing as well, but I prefer the stainless steel over the brass, because the brass is gonna have some patination on it. In time it will darken, it will go dull, so you're gonna have to maintain it more than you have on the stainless steel one. But anyways, it looks pretty amazing. They're not too much of a fingerprint magnets at all. They are pretty resistant to fingerprints, to be honest. And here is the stainless steel. It doesn't affect, because can you hear it? It has this satin machined finish. It's not polished by default. It's this machine finish. I like it. It's not slippery at all. It fits your hand pretty well. It's not too big of a mod. It's pretty close to the Nemesis. Here is the Nemesis. They are pretty much the same, but I like the Reaver's switch and the whole feeling of the mod better than the Nemesis. Anyways, there's not too much to talk about it. It's an elegant mod. It's just a basic mechanical mod. I like the features. I like the top cap. I like the adjustment for the battery, and the fact that for this money you get this low voltage drop, this good finishing. There's nothing to say about the finishing, no bad words, it's all good, it's very nice. The locking ring is 0.2 millimeters bigger than the mod itself, so you don't have trouble finding your locking ring when you need to find it. It's buttery smooth, as you can see over here. It goes round and round like just like butter. And of course the threads over here on the tube and the switch itself, they are amazing. They are just amazing. They are very nice. I haven't had any issues with it. My only issue is now the goddamn leaking X-promiser. It's leaking from the chamber like hell. I don't know why, but it does. Anyways, let's take the camera up and have a final word, because there's not too much to talk about this one. It's a nice tube. It's a very nice tube. It's very nice. Let's just take the camera up and we'll go from there. So the final verdict. What is it? What can I say? Not much. It's definitely a nice piece of a kit. For the money, it doesn't matter if you lose it, if you broke it somehow. I don't know how could you ever broke this one. It's so solid. But for 100 euros, I think it's the best possible pick you can honestly get. That's my honest opinion. 3 tubes, silver plated contacts, nice sleek design, small, pretty small size for a mechanical mod, almost same as the Nemesis. It's very good. It's a very good mod. It hits like a train. The switch hits on pretty much every position. Maybe on the very edge you're gonna have some hard time pushing the switch, but it still fires. It still fires, and even with this 1 ohm setup, which is a lot higher than I'm used to. I usually do my h-atty to around 0.5, 0.6 ohms. But even though this one is just around 1 ohm, it's very nice. It really hits hard. I have a microcoil and some organic cotton wool over on the expromiser. In my opinion, this hits a lot harder than the Nemesis. It's very solid. And you can. I bet I can throw this to the concrete wall and nothing happens. Nothing happens. It just works. It's a workhorse. It's cheap, but it's quality for the money. I don't see any reason why you should pay any more of a mod, especially when you get these tubes, all the 3 tubes with it. I don't see any reason. I don't need any other mechanical mod, to be honest. This is the only one I need. This does it all. It's perfect for me. It works with the K-fans. It works with the expromiser. I've tried it with the h-atty. It works. It works with the Typhon GT. It works with the Kraken. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work on dripping atomizers. Very nice, very nice for the money. I think you should consider this mod if you're on a budget. You don't want to spend 200 euros or whatever silly money they are asking for some mechanical mods, because they basically are the same. This one has a very nice switch. I can press it with my pinky, no problem. Use it from day to day, from hour to hour, no problem. Very nice, and we have some venting holes on the button of the switch. So if you have the disaster with your battery, you're gonna have some venting going on from the button of the mod. It's pretty much perfect to me. I like it. If I have to grade it from 4 to 10 scale, I'm gonna give it a solid 9.5 maybe, because the switch itself, this could be a little bit round the edge of the switch. It's sometimes when I push the switch, the edge of the switch is hurting my finger just a tiny bit, not much, but it's a personal preference. I would personally sand the switch's edge just a little bit to make it rounder, so that's why I'm taking the half point of the scale, but that's it. That's the only issue I have with this one. There's nothing else to say really. It's very nice. I'm gonna have one more wave. Oh, this one works well, even though it's leaking now. It still works great. That's all for the mod, really. That's all. I don't have anything else to say. Go to Diablo Mod's own web shop to buy this one. The stocks are low at the moment. Mechanical mods, let's go over here. The Diablo Reaver. Why is my web so slow? Stock level 2 for the stainless steel. Stock level 5 for the brass one. Stainless steel / brass, it's the one you've seen in this review. Stock level is 0. And for the brass / stainless steel, which is the brass one with the stainless steel caps, which I don't have currently over here, it has a stock level of 19. So you should go and buy it right now, because I heard from Diablo Mods that it takes 5 to 6 weeks for the next batch to be released. So, and they are selling fast. When I was picking this one up from Diablo Mods own shop, they sold 15 of these in less than an hour. So the stock level of 19 is not gonna last too long, and hopefully you get yours, because it's one very nice piece of equipment for the vaping community again, and it's made in Finland. That's why I like it. Everything that comes from the northern countries must be good. That's my opinion only. So of course I have to support my own, but still, it's very nice. The Nemesis is very nice, it's very nice, but I like this one more. I don't like the Nemesis. Can you hear it? The switch is crunchy. I don't like it. This one, no crunching whatsoever. It fires up every time. Like so. But hey, I'm out. Hopefully you got something from this review. Very nice mod. And I hope to see you soon again. And I'm gonna be on the ECC in the autumn sometime later this year. But I'm gonna be doing some English reviews as often as I get new stuff in my hands. So hopefully we'll see soon again. But Rotary is over and out. Have a nice evening, have a nice weekend. It's pretty much Friday at the moment. And I see you again. Bye bye.